show and Mother's Day Luncheon. So start off by saying Happy Mother's Day. I also want to say thank you to the models in today's show. We very much appreciate all the effort they've put into this. Also to the clothing and accessory lenders, thank you. Volunteers, Catholic Cults, thank you so much for being here today. And staff, for everything that you have put into this. It has definitely been a production. I'm very excited to see it, but really it was a collaborative effort. It couldn't have been possible without everybody, so thank you. Also, yes, thank you. And I also want to say something about membership. Thank you for those of you who are members, thank you. If you would consider membership in the future, that would also be wonderful. So if you enjoy programs like this, or Luncheon, a Bite of History, or Tell Me More, those programs are made possible because of our members. So I just want to say thank you to our members. We greatly appreciate you, and we couldn't do this without you, so thank you for that. And without further ado, I would like to introduce our wonderful Master of Ceremonies, Lisa Besmer, here today. So thank you, Lisa. Oh, and I also want to say thank you to Turner Hall and to the Turner ladies for everything that they do for the community as well. So thank you.
Well, today I'm remembering a very special lady that loved to shop the stores in downtown New Ulm, my grandma, Helen Brust. Grandma had a daily aid. I've been showing some people, but she wrote in this daily for over 40 years. She would buy one every December, end of December, at Woolworths, when she would go uptown, as she called it, several times a week. Most women in town did go uptown quite a bit, because that was kind of their social event. Remember, the ice box was only so big at that time. This was before supermarkets, so you needed to shop at different stores for items. She would frequent Jenkins grocery store or Piggly Wiggly. For quick things, she would walk to Tauschig's. She would go to Soffert's Meat Market and City Meat Market. She was also the era where you would pay your bills with cash in person, including the utility bill, the milk delivery, the phone, etc. Rarely would you mail a check. Shopping was a social event, and Grandma really loved shopping for clothes, especially for her only daughter, Sharon. As I was reading the book last night, I'm kind of thinking that Sharon was a little bit spoiled. She mentions many times in her books about Baptists and pinks. Shopping was a social event, so she'd often pick up great-grandma and they'd spend a few hours uptown and then stop for lunch at Eigner's or Woolworth's. It was also an event where you dressed up. So today I'm wearing an outfit similar to what she would have worn going uptown in the 1950s. This is a shirtwaist dress, which is very comfortable. However, it's the underlings that aren't as comfortable. All women, no matter the size, would wear a girdle, the 50s pointed bra, and roll up the stockings that would hook onto the garter. And you need to make sure that your seams on your nylons were straight down the back of your legs. And whenever one left the house, it would be in heels. Grandma had her hair set weekly, and it cost her $1 if she washed her hair herself. It was $2 if she wanted the hairdresser to wash it. So this nylon chiffon scarf was very handy on days like today where you just don't know about the weather. Now, Grandma also always in her purse had a little kit that had a rain bonnet in it, just in case. So today, we are remembering all the ladies of fashion, all that enjoy that special feeling of getting dressed up. So let's start the show. Our first model is Sarah Warmcup. This dress was worn by Irene Block in the 1960s. This is a sleeveless yellow and white seersucker summer dress with a matching fabric belt that ties in the front. Irene lived in New Ulm for many years and is the mother of Arlene Spurl, who will own the dress for the style show. The yellow present on the dress is a perfect shade of pastel for the summer. It really is quite lovely. Seersucker fabric is still in use today, even if it is no longer well known. Our next model is Jenny Eckstein. Jenny is wearing the 1960s plum pantsuit stretch velour. It has a lace-up top and bell-bottom slacks and is owned by Donna Wing. It was purchased at Pink's department store in New Ulm as part of the Bobby Brooks brand. Bobby Brooks was a label for suburban girls across America during the 50s, 60s, and into the 70s. Girls now have their own money earned from babysitting or other odd jobs, and owning Bobby Brooks was a goal any girl could achieve. How many of you remember that wonderful pink store? My grandmother would buy fabric downstairs. Downtown Historical's Owen Lauren McMackin is wearing his 1926 semi-sheer floor-length blue dress with a ruffled hem. Snap buttons are present along the left side of the dress. The waist is made of multicolored pieces of satin. This dress belonged to Margaret Bender-Runk. The dress was purchased from a local shop, not made. Margaret wore this to her senior spring dance in the New Ulm High School. Margaret was the granddaughter of Colonel William Bender. Our model, Michelle Uni Seifert, is wearing a two-piece 1965 hot pink suit that was worn by Karen Rock Van Roloff. It has a pencil skirt, covered buttons on the jacket, and flounce cuffs with trim. Bright colors like this hot pink seemed to be quite all the rage back in the 1960s. It was bought in Mankato as a going-away dress after her wedding reception. Oh, the memories of Brett's store in Mankato. Remember the cafeteria in the basement? Karen's honeymoon was a trip to St. Paul. Karen says it was all we could afford. We were poor college students at the time. Beautiful model Donna Wing has on a late 1930s multicolored sleeveless drop waist flapper dress with a V neckline made of nylon acetate. This dress has interesting cuffs near the sleeves that fold back and are accented with a bow. The flapper dress also features a matching headband. The dress is handmade and was worn by Doris Bussey to dances. The flapper dress may have been started by Coco Chanel when she put on a man's shirt and wrapped a belt around her waist. Donna, I think you and Lauren need to go dancing tonight. Model Karen King is featuring a 1969 to 1973 Cathedral High School uniform featuring a low blazer, tweed slacks, and matching vest. Slacks were a new option during the late 1960s. The uniform came with a matching herringbone skirt as well as a red plaid skirt as differing options throughout the school week. Boys wore a white shirt and dress slacks for their version of the uniform. Uniforms were worn at Cathedral High School until approximately 1974. I've heard stories of naughty cathedral girls that would roll their skirts a bit higher than the nuns would allow. Has anyone else heard these stories? Gorgeous model Misty DeLeo has on a dress from the brand Betty Page and is a replica design from the 1950s. The forest green empire waist shift with cap sleeves and a belted neckline also has a back vent with two deep pockets in the front. Note the embroidered flower accent on the bodice utilizing 3 red colors. This is from the collection of Misty DeLeo who made it possible for this garment to be part of the style show today. Thank you for sharing it, Misty. Oh my goodness, word on the street is that Jenny is pregnant. Here she is in a 1960s maternity top and skirt. It features a powder blue top and matching skirt made from linen. The two-piece aspect of this outfit originated in the 1950s when it was finally acceptable for women to be out in public in the later trimesters of pregnancy. The top is pleated and has a white Peter Pan collar with matching white trim on the cuffs. The collar and sleeve trim also have a powder blue stripe going down the center of each area for an accent. The matching powder blue tie and 3 vertical white buttons secure the front of the top. We thought she retired from the chamber, but obviously she's really going to be out of maternity leave. Turner Hall's own Jeannie Crench is wearing a jumpsuit with matching jacket featuring an open back. A floral pattern can be found on both the jacket and the jumpsuit. This was bought from Herberger's in the 1970s. Gosh, don't we all miss Herberger's in downtown New Ulm? This pantsuit was worn for special occasions such as graduations and holidays. Jumpsuits go back to 1919. It was created as a functional garment for parachutists to jump from planes. During World War II, the jumpsuit was the garment offered to women working in the arms factories. And you know what? I bet you need to jump out of a plane anytime. Lauren is wearing this dress, which was originally worn in 1975 by Christine Rung for her high school graduation. It was purchased at JCPenney in Mankato. The dress is a cotton linen jumper with a peach blouse featuring a Peter Pan collar. The jumper has an earth pattern that was popular at the time. It has a matching handkerchief accent in the front right pocket. The bottom of the dress features a high ruffled hem. Christine was an amazing OB nurse and now is one of the first women on the Milford Township Board. Now Sarah is modeling a 1970s dress worn by Irene Block. It is a green floral shirtwaist dress with matching fabric belt and lopped fringe accents on the shoulders. Fringe styles came full circles in the 60s and 70s when many designers became inspired by the original Native American fringe as well as styles from Africa. The designer Yves Saint Laurent created 2 fringe-filled collections in 1967 as well, and many celebrities wore fringe jackets and dresses in suede. Karen is enjoying the sleeveless cotton summer shift house dress. It was originally worn by Irene Block in the 1960s. It has a button front with a bow accent. The dress also has vertical striped pattern featuring multiple pastel colors. Shift dresses became popular in Western fashion in the 1920s and were revived in the 1960s. They were most flattering on body types that are more like columns. Karen, this looks like a comfortable dress on a hot, humid summer day before central air conditioning. Donna's 1940s short-sleeve polyester black dress with flower bodice and collar was worn on special occasions. The dress has been passed down for generations through the family. An everyday homemade dress, this would have been worn around town casually. Pants didn't come into fashion for another 10 years. However, the adoption of pants as a popular item of dress for women in Western society traces its roots to the mid-19th century dress reform movement. Michelle has on a 1960s black and white houndstooth coat dress with stand-up collar, dropped waist, and matching fabric belt. The coat dress has a zipper front and matching zipper accents on the sleeves. This dress was a go-to dress, often worn with go-go boots. You have any go-go boots, Michelle? The drop waist represents society's letting go of covering up the lady and allowing her free form and stylish spirit to emerge. You know, houndstooth never really goes out of style, does it? Our model, Christine Run, is sporting a 1927 Mankato Teachers College basketball uniform. Marguerite Fender, who wore the uniform, was the first ranked or best player on the basketball team. The white shirt is not original from the time. The sleeves were added to the shirt. The basketball shorts were navy-colored pleated wool midi pants. The midi pants looked like a skirt from afar with the amount of pleats present. Can you imagine wearing wool pants playing basketball? Glazeman, who was a majorette at Newham High School. The outfit was sewn by Patsy's aunt, Virginia Glazeman. Patsy went on to become a national baton twirling champion. Majorettes originated as a carnival dance from Rhineland, Germany, where young women who performed the dance were the highlight of the show. So cute, and you know what? We have the majorette herself right here. Any stunts or anything while we're out It was amazing at our table how many people took baton twirling lessons at some point in their lives. How many did baton twirling lessons at some point? Look at all of us twirlers out here. Wow. And now I don't even know if they offer it anymore. It's too bad. Misty, do you know how to twirl?
Well.
There we go. Karen is wearing a Newham High School 1961 white cotton gym romper worn by Joe Reinhardt. The uniform features a notched collar, cap sleeves, and elastic cuffs on the shorts. Later, styles featured a belted waist. Uniforms had to be purchased locally by the parents. Of course, the boys did not have to wear a uniform. The women who had to wear this gym uniform in high school do not remember it fondly. Days of horror awaited every time they had to walk past the boys in this ensemble. Lauren is wearing an early 1990s silk beige jacket and skirt. The skirt is straight with a small vent on either side, while the jacket features an Italian collar, matching belt, and button closure. The smaller matching buttons can also be found on the belt and on the sleeve cuffs. It was worn by Arlene Spurl. The 20th century largely saw fashion moving towards a much more minimalistic and casual style, and as the 80s ended, this approach became widespread. By the end of the decade, it was clear that this approach to dressing was here to stay. Sarah is wearing this 1989 navy blue military style two-piece suit with cape accent and peaked leather lapels on the jacket. This garment was purchased from Cedric's. Cedric's was highly regarded in the industry as a premier clothing operation, providing the customer with an exceptional selection from prominent designers around the world and exclusive Italian imports. The suit was designed by Tiffany Kim of New York. Isn't she pretty in that? And it sure helps that she's tall and thin to wear something like that too, doesn't it? You are going to be amazed at this one. Donna is wearing this beautiful 1940s blue velvet wedding dress. This dress has a gathered yoke, short sleeves, and a full skirt. The dress was also sewn by the bride, Doris Bussey, and her mother. The color blue may seem like an odd color for a wedding dress, but the color was once seen as a sign of purity and symbolized love. I had my grandma's wedding dress, and it was a beautiful shade of aqua. With the wedding being in fall, the velvet on this dress was utilized in an effect to help stay warm and comfortable on the big day. Donna, you look gorgeous. Michelle is wearing this red and gray polka dot knit dress specially ordered from the J.C. Penney catalog. How wonderful was it to call that number and then have to recite that whole catalog number and then go down and see Mrs. Iverson to pick up your order. It was wonderful. This dress has gathered sleeves and a fabric belt. It is owned by the museum's research library extraordinaire Darla Gebhardt. She wore it to the dedication of the Brown County Historical Society's new museum at Center and Broadway in 1986. The previous location of the Bronco Historical Society is where the Minnesota Music Hall of Fame is currently. Jenny, no longer pregnant, is now wearing a 1960s Berkshire sleeveless polyester knit dress. The dress features a pink maple leaf motif on a white background, not to be confused with the look of a marijuana leaf. There is also a pink double satin tie. It was owned and worn by Irene Block. During the first half of the 20th century, women knit for soldiers abroad, and it was taken up as a leisurely pastime for many people. In the late 1920s, knitwear took its place in the world of fashion design, thanks in large part to Elsa Schiaparelli. Karen is modeling this lovely 1941 dress, which was worn by Leona Hesse on her 50th wedding anniversary. Classic and soft, it's the subtle details that will tell the story of this dress. A sleeveless pink dress with a stand-up collar serves as the first layer of the garment. On top, a matching jacket with a beaded yoke ties the look together into a truly flowy outfit. This dress is on loan from Marilyn Hesse, a close relative of Leona. Just beautiful. Look out! Misty is wearing a Victoria Beckham polyester two-piece pantsuit, including a jacket and slacks. Both the jacket and pants are black and are accented with a calla lily motif. The calla lily motif can be found on the left side of the jacket and is repeated on the left side of the wide legs slacks. The jacket also features a button up front and white sleeves, cuffs with matching white buttons. You go, girl. Sarah is wearing this cute prom dress worn by Julie Weldy Farrell. White, off-the-shoulder dress with red dotted Swiss. It features a sweetheart neckline and ruffled skirt with a red satin ribbon accent. Pictured above is Julie Farrell with her prom date, who is now her husband of 34 years. And we have Julie over at this table also. Julie's mother had out the dress for prom. The dress was worn to 2 proms by Julie and was borrowed for 2 other dances. This just looks like a happy dress. Jenny is wearing this beautiful 1970s black eyelet shirt waist dress with a scoop neck and full gathered skirt. It has a satin belt with a bow and covered buttons on the back. It was worn by Irene Block of New Ulm. The dress is on loan today from her daughter, Arlene Spurl. The delicate cutout work of eyelet gained popularity in the 1800s as a carefully crafted embroidery technique used to create feminine patterns on articles of women's clothing. An exquisite, black, timeless dress. Michelle is wearing this 2-piece yellow, lightweight wool suit. It has matching yellow buttons and a black hat. Also, lamb's wool padding in the shoulders and a stand-up collar with an offset closure complete this beautiful outfit. This style was made popular by Jackie Kennedy, who would pair the 2-piece suit with a pillbox hat. It was made by Clara Ubel in 1971 from a Vogue pattern. The suit was made for Karen Roloff to wear on Easter Sunday. Karen, I bet you looked beautiful. Jeannie is always having fun. Here she is modeling a homemade poodle skirt originally owned by Renata Schmitz. Currently, the garment is being shared by Renata and Jeannie. It is too fun of a piece to stay in just one closet. The pink shirt, white jacket, and pink belt are all modern additions to help bring the poodle skirt look to life. Jeannie has made her own saddle shoes from old tennis shoes. The poodle skirt at the time quickly became popular with teenage girls who wore them at school dances and as everyday wear. Jeannie will be downstairs later having drinks with her poodle skirt on, right? This is another timeless. Karen is wearing a 1970s peach coat dress, a 100% rayon with a notch collar and lapels, scarf, and covered buttons. The coat dress was often worn with a long scarf that was tucked into the crossover lapels. This black scarf with pink floral accents is on loan courtesy of Arlene Squirrel, who handmade the scarf. Way to go, Arlene. The modern coat dress first emerged in the 1910s. The basic coat dress was a wardrobe staple for most decades, became particularly popular in the 1960s. This is an amazing piece to finish off the show. Misty is wearing this vintage satin wedding gown worn by Flavia Reese in June of 1940 on her wedding day to Guy DeLeo. The wedding photo of Guy and Flavia can be seen above. It features puff sleeves, beaded shoulders, a ruffled back with covered buttons, and a chapel-length train. Flavia originally paired the dress with a flowered headdress and heart-shaped gold locket. The dress is worn today by Misty, who is the granddaughter of Flavia. I told you it was a showstopper, didn't I? What an amazing show. I just know my grandma would have loved seeing all these fashions. Now, for the fashion-conscious women, now is the time to get your white shoes and purses out, get the white polish, and get them ready for the season. Remember, no white pants, shoes, or purses until after Memorial Day, ladies. Thank you to the museum for allowing me to MC this event.
For the Brown County Historical Society. On June 2nd, our Kiesling House will be opening, and it'll be opening over at the Kiesling House location, which is right next to where the Lager used to be, and that will be open from noon until 4 p.m., starting June 2nd through the summer on the weekends. On June 8th, we also have our first Lunch and a Bite program. That, again, will take place on June 8th over in the museum annex, and that'll start at noon. And our first talk is Boot Hale, New Ulm as a Turner Town, brought to you by Dan Hoisington. And finally, we also have our one-room schoolhouse starting again on June 20th my apologies, and in June for 2 days. And that will be from 9 in the morning until 1:30 in the afternoon. Thank you guys so much. I'm a little out of breath from going up and down the stairs. But thank you guys so much, and thank you all for coming out today. I hope you had a great time.
Hi, I'm Jenny. I'm at the Brown County Historical Society. We have a couple more things to add to our list of what's coming up. Popcorn Wagon is opening for the first time this year on May 27th, so come out and support that. Also, on the day of Dan Hoisington's talk, we are opening a dual exhibit. So we are having the Turner Hall exhibit opening that day, and it's free admission until 10 to 6 o'clock, so we're going to be open for 2 extra hours. And it'll also have a friendship Ulm and New Ulm. So we actually are bringing the Ulm room furniture back out of our archives and having them on display again, and that is going to be the exact same day, so 10 to 6. And the Popcorn Wagon will also be out that day as well. So that's all on June 8th. Thank you guys for coming.